the mouthpiece for Beijing, they all talk through the Global Times, okay? The Global Times is a Beijing owned and run communist mouthpiece newspaper. And they have been running their mouths the moment that they learned that Nancy Pelosi was going to stopping by Taiwan. They've been running their mouths. Let me just tell you what this cat said. Check it. This was just, not even 10 minutes ago. He tweeted this. Quote, if U.S. fighter jets escort Pelosi's plane into Taiwan, it is invasion. The PLA, that's the Beijing Commie Army, has the right to forcibly dispel Pelosi's plane and the U.S. fighter jets, including firing warning shots and making tactical movement of obstruction. If ineffective, then shoot them down. So they're legit now threatening to shoot down Nancy Pelosi's plane if it's accompanied by fighter jets into Taiwan, because they view Taiwan as being part of China, which it's not. This is when I so miss mean tweets right now. Can you imagine? My favorite thing to do right now is, what would Trump tweet? What would he have tweeted to this? I mean, imagine the possibilities, right? It's like that scene in Step Brothers when they make bunk beds and they have so much room for activities. Imagine if there's so many mean tweets. Didn't he threatened to shoot that lunchbox down in North Korea into space, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Called him Rocket Man, something like that. And then what would he say? This is Hugh Jean, who is one of the heads over at the Global Times, the commie page. I just retweeted it and said, shut up, commie. Now, can you imagine? They take Trump off of social media, but they keep this commie mouthpiece on, and they're literally threatening to shoot down the plane. I don't even like Nancy Pelosi as a politician. I don't like any of her policies. I think her husband's a drunk. But at this point, it becomes less about politics, and it becomes all about, wait a minute, you're a commie and you're threatening a member of our government? Because it's not a thing with Pelosi, it's just the U.S. That's what it is. Now, do you think that the Biden administration is going to say anything about this? The guy that one weird speech that he gave where he's all wide-eyed. You remember that one episode where Mr. Burns got a bunch of radiation and he got loose in the forest on The Simpsons, and he came out and there's all the townspeople of Springfield, and he walks out and he goes, I bring love. And they go, he brings love, shoot him. And they all freaked out because his pupils were so dilated, his whole eyes were black. Remember that? That's what Joe Biden looks like in that clip. Man, it's worth seeing. It was a funny scene. That's what he looks like in that clip. Do you think Biden's going to do anything? He's probably already napping in Delaware. Has he called the day? Is it a lid? Did they call a lid already?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, you have Beijing threatening to shoot down a plane. I'm just wondering how this works. What is the Biden administration going to say? It really feels like there should be some kind of response. Like, if you do that, short stack will literally turn not just you and your family and everything you love, including your pets, into glass. I mean, doesn't that sounds like a threat more than a provocation, correct? I don't know. That's what it seems like. It's more of a threat and not just a provocation. We need somebody. Who do we have that could even? I mean, I don't think they're really worried about. Clearly, Biden did not show any kind of strength when he was on the phone with Xi Jinping, because they immediately started running their mouths right after the call. Immediately. You need something. What is it? The equivalent. Do you remember? It was Unforgiven, the movie with Clint Eastwood, and Money. And he had said, remember what he said? He goes, if I see any man I see, I'm going to shoot him. Any, SOB takes a shot at me, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill his wife, his friends, and burn his damn house down. Remember? I feel like we need the equivalent of that. So this is going to be a very interesting weekend because they leave today. The speaker is expected to leave today for this tour through Asia. And they said whether or not she goes to Taiwan remains uncertain. I just feel as though this was handled horribly and nothing should have come out about her going to Taiwan until after she was leaving. I feel like I don't know. To me, I feel like somebody may have leaked it. And the White House, apparently, according to numerous sources, has been back channel trying to talk her out of going, which is so cowardly. Now, I get it. There's the argument of, well, Dana, we don't want to get involved in a war. Oh, I get you. But why does immediately everybody run to the idea that if the United States takes a stand on one thing that we're going to be in World War III? I think that people are too eager to bend a knee to bullies. There's a difference between going out and nation building and then visiting a sovereign nation that China thinks they haven't broke up yet. They've been broken up for a long time, y'all.